morning. This is a lesson over Math 19.3. We're going to talk about area today, specifically square units involving meters and feet. We read this as meters squared. The little 2 means it's talking about a square, not just in length 1 meter. And then 1 foot squared. So last week we talked about area being how much is within a shape or polygon. So we were looking at inches and centimeters last week. So that's pretty small, the amount of area, because 1 square inch is 1 inch this way and then 1 inch down. And the same with centimeter, although a centimeter is smaller than an inch. Today we're going to look at feet and meters. So in page 362, that's where we're going to start today. It shows a picture of a table, and it says, find the number of square meters that cover a surface. If each side of this table is 1 meter long, its area is 1 square meter. We can say 1 square meter, or we could say 1 meter squared. This means the same thing. It just means that it is 1 square with a meter in length and a meter in width. It says, which do you think is larger? 1 square centimeter or 1 square meter? Why? Well, you might remember that a centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. So 1 square centimeter is 1/100th the size of 1 square meter. Shows the square meter is also a metric unit of measure for area. 1 square meter is larger than 1 square centimeter. This picture shows just how much larger it would be. This sticker we're saying is 1 square centimeter. It would fit, just in a small corner of this tabletop. Now, this tabletop is 1 meter in length and 1 meter in width. It is 100 times as large as the square centimeter over here of the sticker. Okay, here is another square, which says that it's 1 meter this way. So imagine, it's it's several times larger than the tabletop here, but we're carefully looking at it being 1 meter this way. So let's count how many meters across it is and then how many meters long it is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 meters across, 1, 2, 3, 4 meters down. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16. Multiplying is the fastest way to find area of squares. We can multiply 4 times 4 to see that there are 16 squares here, each square being 1 square meter. So this is a 16 meter square area, or we can say the area is 16 square meters. It's 4 by 4, or 4 times 4 equals 16. Okay, here's a little guided practice on the next page. Okay, each of these squares is 1 square meter. 1 meter across, 1 meter down. We are going to multiply to find this area. That's the fastest way of doing it. Okay, so let's count up how many square meters long is this figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 7 times 4 is 28. So we're going to write that figure A is made up of 28 1 meter squares. The area of each 1 meter square, what is the area of just this 1 meter square? It's 1 square meter, because 1 times 1 is 1. So if we have 28 squares times 1 square meter, it's a total of 28 square meters for the whole rectangle. Now let's move on to figure B. Figure B has some triangles. You might remember from last week that 2 of these triangles equal 1 square, in this case, meter. We were looking at centimeters and inches last week, but right now it's 1 square meter if you put those 2 triangles together. So we can multiply 1, 2, 1, 2, times 1, 2 is 4 square meters for the box here, or count up, there's 4 boxes, so that's 4 square meters, plus 2 halves equal 1 whole. So 4 plus 1 is 5 square meters for figure B. We can also write it as 5 meters squared. It's the same, whether we say 5 square meters or 5 meters squared. Now, which one has a larger area? Figure A or B? Figure A does. It has 28 square meters. Also, you can immediately tell that it is the larger shape. So we're going to write figure A here. And which two figures have the same area below? P, Q, R, and S. So we'll need to find the area of each. We can count up 1, 2 times 3 is 6 for figure P, plus 2 halves equal 1 whole, so that's a total of 7. 7 meters squared. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1 equals 6, 6 meters squared. I'm just going to put 6m and 7m here because it's not going to show it as the small 2 for squared. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meters squared. So we can already tell that's the same as figure P, but let's go ahead and find this as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Figure S has an area of 5 meters squared. So that shows us that figures P and R have the same area. Both are 7 meters squared. P and R. Okay, now finding area with square feet is similar. We're just now looking at feet rather than meters. We can write a square foot as 1 square foot or 1 foot squared with that small 2 above our abbreviation for foot to show it's 1 square foot, 1 foot this way, 1 foot that way. Now, which do you think is larger, 1 square inch or 1 square foot? A square foot is larger because 1 foot is longer than 1 inch. The square foot, or foot squared, is also a customary unit of measure for area. 1 square foot is larger than 1 square inch. This shows you the difference between them. Remember that 12 inches are in a foot? So it would be 1/12 of the length and 1/12 of the width. So it's actually 12 times 12 is 144. 1 square inch is 1/144th of 1 square foot. So it's much, much smaller. It would take 144 of these little stamps to fill the floor tile. This picture compares the two. Okay, so a square foot is, once again, 1 foot in length and 1 foot in width. We could count up the number of 1 foot squares here to figure out the area, or we can multiply, which is the faster way to do it. So let's multiply how many feet wide it is and how many feet long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also says a 5-foot square, and we know squares are the same length and width, so we could say that it's going to be 5 times 5. Now 5 times 5 equals 25. So this square has an area of 25 square feet, or we could write it as 25 feet squared. Okay, let's put that into practice with some different shapes, finding their area in square feet. Figure A is made up of how many 1 foot tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 is 8, or you could count up 8 tiles here. The area of each 1 foot tile is 1 square foot, meaning each of these is equal to 1 square foot, since it's 1 foot in width, 1 foot in length. So 8 times 1 is 8. This figure has 8 square feet as the area. The area of figure B is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 is 5, plus another 1 is 6. Two triangles together make one square. So the area is 6 square feet. Which one has a smaller area, A or B? Figure B. Okay, that's all for the lesson. The hands-on activity, oh, actually, we have the let's practice as well. The hands-on activity is going to be using things that you find, not at school, obviously, but at home that might be about 1 centimeter squared. Think of the stamps and maybe like some Legos, and then 1 meter squared. They showed an example of a tabletop before, and then a square inch and square foot. Use gift wrap and tape to make a square piece of paper with those areas. So you can kind of estimate some different things that are about a square foot, square meter, inch, centimeter. Okay, now for the let's practice, we're going to put it into practice with either a square meter or a square foot. Look carefully to see if it's M for meter or FT for foot. We're going to have to count these rather than multiply. Let's count up how many square meters are in this shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 meters squared. Now let's count this one up. We can multiply part of the figure. 1, 2, 3 times 2 is 6. So that's 6 square meters. Feet. Sorry, we're using feet here. So 6 square feet plus 1 is 7, 8, 9, plus 2 halves are going to equal 10 square feet total. Now find the area of each figure. This shows you that we're going to use meters to find the area. So each of these boxes is 1 square meter. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 square meters. I'll just write it here on the shape. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 halves, so 5 square meters. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 halves equals 6 square meters. So which one has the smallest area? Figure B. Which one has the largest area? Figure A with 7 square meters. And then which figure has an area 1 meter squared less than figure A? 7 minus 1 is 6, so figure C. Okay. And now find the area of each figure in a square foot, similar to what we just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 square feet is figure A. This one is 1, 2, 3, plus 2 halves, 4 square feet for figure B. And figure C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 square feet. Those two triangles always make 1. Which figure has the smallest area? 7, 4, 6. Okay, figure B. Which one has the largest area? Figure A. And which figure has an area 2 feet squared, larger than figure B? Figure B is 4, so 2 more than that is 6 over here, figure C. Okay, that's all the Let's Explore you can try out on your own, but that is all for our lesson, and I will talk to you later. Bye.